It's Madden NFL 23.
And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. Just ahead on EA Sports.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception, but this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. Takes it at the 7. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And Burrow going to throw again. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now it's Burrow. And it's complete, right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend. And usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His second catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a 1st down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
Yeah, we talk all the time, Charles, that it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has, but really it's the truth. They're, for a tight end, some of the best hands in the game. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception. And then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded right around the 8. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was the thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5 now. Burrow. He's got Smith here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
Burrow looking to pass. This pass complete to Higgins.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down.
He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow, quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Burrow spotting T. Higgins for the touchdown there. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Good bounce back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're good training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, when they
under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
They'll set up to throw. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the 1st quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
Burrow will throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down. Mixing up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Tannehill. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. It reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Tannehill. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's Phillips. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
On 4th down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bengals getting set to go.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. Inside handoff to Mixon.
To about the 40-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Burrow. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this 1st half alone, as he's got a 1st down on that last catch.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
From midfield now, Burrow. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Jet sweep. Boyd with it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
From the 24. Burrow complete. Smith has it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now it's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Let's go, baby.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. To Mixon on the check down.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A 9-yard touchdown there as they have taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And that makes it 14-10. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 50, it's Tannehill. He's going to look deep for more. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. To the air again, Tannehill. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Let's go, baby. Guys, ready. Get it all ready. I got you, baby.
On first down, Tannehill.
That's to Burks, and he's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
A great effort there. 27 yards.
And the Titans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was Treylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Man, that is deflating going into the break. You're in a position with a chance to tie the game, but this kick is off the mark, and they're going to remain 3 points down heading into the break.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Cincinnati. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. From the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Here's Tannehill. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Come on, let's get him. That's money in the bank, baby.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw here into the hands of Moore. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Tannehill. Again, he finds Moore. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Tannehill now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Tannehill throwing again. This is caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Chigakakwo.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Point after, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Mixon running wide side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's got Smith, and the ball is knocked out, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now leading his offense back out there. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Inside handoff, Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural. It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From midfield now, Burrow. That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Burrow will throw.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this. They'll give it to Mixon, and he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
Mixon again.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
McPherson on for the point after. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Again, it's Henry. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield, guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Henry running right. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 44. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
On third down, Henry. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now Burrow on first down. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Second and 7.
Now it's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Burrow looking to pass. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Here's 2nd and a yard. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
This is caught. It's Boyd. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, a 22.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's Burrow. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. Now Burrow. The quick slant caught. Touchdown.
It's T. Higgins with a touchdown pass from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers.
You're holding
what
up
does that
4
mean?
fingers. That signifies the fourth quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the fourth quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up. Had that lead, they were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Tannehill on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Let's go, man. Turn it up. Let's go, baby. Don't stop that moment.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Tannehill.
Going to the right here and finding Burks. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Tannehill. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
First down. Here's Burrow. Complete. Smith has it.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Burrow on play action. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Anytime that ball comes to me, I'm trying to take it to the ground. Make plays, y'all. Make plays. Every day, let's do what we do. Let's get down.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Dancing to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This will get the lead up to 7. And that is no good. And this will stay a 4-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
So now Tannehill and the Titans down 28-24. Just over a minute 40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Throwing Tannehill. Incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them because of the incompletion. A very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Tannehill. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
And out now, here come the Bengals. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee.
That's right.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.